And I'll bring up that you're moving, in fact, from one minefield, the closing of schools, to another. You're about to take on another hypersensitive issue for DC families, school boundaries, a conversation that you yourself have said could end up pitting communities and neighborhoods against one another. How do you plan on getting that conversation started?
I'll be very honest with you. I love my job. I'm willing to do lots of hard things. This is the thing that I think I fear most. I think it's unconscionable that we haven't really changed boundaries and feeder patterns since the 70s in a city that is changing so rapidly. And we've created problems for ourselves by not dealing with this issue, in part because it's a political football. And so, leadership is hard stuff. And we have to figure out a way to do this. I think that Councilmember Che actually suggested what I think is a very good idea, which is the convening of a task force made up of multiple stakeholders across the city to start to look at this issue and develop a set of recommendations. Again, I know for sure I don't have all of the answers on boundaries and feeder patterns, and the issues that we're going to confront are going to be much deeper than BC public schools. And so it's going to be important to have a variety of voices around the table helping us to come up with a set of recommendations.
What is the goal of the boundaries? What, in the let's say perfect world, what is the boundary? What does it mean?
So the boundary is the area around a school where the children, the physical boundary, where the children who live within that boundary have a right to go to that public school.
They get first choice.
Yes. And if there are any open spaces after the in-boundary children are placed, then out-of-boundary children have the opportunity to apply. This is going to be a very difficult issue in places like Ward 3, where
especially
for years...
You got Wilson High School here, you got Deal Junior High School, which are located in this most affluent ward of the city, but they serve kids from all over the city. That's going to be a problem.
But more and more kids in Ward 3 are actually electing to attend middle school and high school.
That's
which
right.
Cuts the number of kids from other parts of the city.
That's right. I think one of the benefits of parents not choosing DC public schools in Ward 3 was that it opened the door for at least a diversity of children to be in some of the Ward 3 schools. And in fact, what is part of the challenge is not just the boundaries are too big now or kids are coming back, but many of these parents say to me, I want my school to remain diverse. And if you close off the boundary, I'll only be with in-neighborhood kids when, in fact, I came to live in Washington, D.C. because I want my child to have friends of all stripes.